Welcome to Nugget 3. If you're with us at the end of Nugget 2, you'll have this burning question, which is, how do I get wisdom? If you're not with us yet, track back and watch number 1 and number 2 and then click on number 3. The question we're left with is, how do I get wisdom? And we finished off last time looking at this guy called Paul who wrote that humility is the fear of the Lord. And remember, the fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom. So we're going along with this theme. Humility is where we are. And so the same guy called Paul writes this: if any of you lacks wisdom, you should ask God for it. God who gives generously to all without finding fault. I mean, that should blow your mind right open. If any of you lacks wisdom, you should ask God, who gives generously to all without finding fault. If you're not a St. Mark's, or if you haven't been around for very long, you might not have heard this, but we have a real simple way of understanding the generosity and lavishness of God, and it's this. Remember on Christmas Day when somebody was passing you around the pudding and they said to you, do you want custard with that, or do you want cream? What's your answer? Yes, both please. I want loads of it and more, and I'm going to need a bigger ladle, and don't stop pouring, because on Christmas Day you can be lavish. And the Bible teaches consistently God is lavish in His goodness. When it says He gives generously to all without finding fault, you should know that you are in that camp. You are part of the all. And even those of us who think, oh man, I screwed up big time last Thursday, God isn't going to give wisdom to me. Those of us who think, I don't know if I even believe in Him yet, He isn't going to give it to me. Those of us who think, I don't know, I've asked before and I don't know if I did the right thing, and we've got all kinds of internal self-doubt. Read it again. God gives generously to all without finding fault. Whether you turn up at church or not, whether you believe in Him or not, whether you get it right or not, whether you swear too much or not, doesn't matter. Those of us who are humble and come to God and say, I need wisdom with this decision. The key there was the humility, right? Remember back in Nugget 1, and we talked about how all the way through Proverbs there's these two characters that are played off against each other. The wise woman and the fool. The fool says, I don't need to ask anybody else because I know everything. I don't need to question anything that I'm doing because I am always right. The fool thinks that they are the final authority on everything. The fool does not need to respect anybody else. The fool's ways are always right to them in their own head. Whereas the wise person, prompted by humility that's growing in their heart, says, I don't know if I know the answer in this situation. I don't know if I'm necessarily the best person to know this. I wonder if there could be some other people that have traveled down this path. Is there anybody ahead of me in life that's had to make decisions about who to marry and where to put their money and how to respond to a bad boss or whatever? The wise person says, God, I humbly position myself just a little bit below everybody else, just a little bit. And I seek knowledge and wisdom from God, from you, and from others, the wise counsel of the saints, people who are ahead of you on the journey. So how do you get wisdom? It starts with the fear of the Lord, which is what? Humility. And how do you get it? Well, when you're humble, you know that you're not the king of all you purvey or the queen of all you can see, and that maybe you need to ask. And if we ask God, He'll give generously to all of us without finding fault.